Welcome back, viewers at home. Joining me tonight for quite an interesting conversation is the leader of one of South Africa's foremost Islamic charitable organization, Awqaf SA. The CEO is Mickaeel Collier, who's joining us to give us an insight on the upcoming international Zakah and Waqf conference. Now, this is believed to be a landmark event that will rather aims to foster collaboration and innovation in the field of Islamic social finance. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah so much for joining us, Mr. Collier. I believe your device is currently on mute. Unfortunately, we cannot hear you, but inshallah, if you can kindly unmute and just to join us for quite an interesting conversation. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah so much for joining us. And I think I'm just going to head straight to our discussion around the International Zakah and Waqf Conference. And if you can just start us off by understanding some of the key topics, by giving us, a brief summary of the main themes and issues that this conference will certainly address concerning
thank you once again for having us.
Finance.
The International Zakah and Waqf Conference, it's a first of its kind.
Mr. Collier, are you still with us? I believe my guest is just struggling with some connectivity.
I'm still with you. There's a slight delay, and yeah, I think there's a delay on your side with the feed coming through. But Jazakallah once again for having us. This year, the International Zakah and Waqf Conference is taking place in Cape Town. It's a collaboration between two sister organizations, namely Awqaf South Africa and the South African National Zakah Fund, SANZAP. And we're looking at within the arena of Islamic social finance, we're looking at Zakah and Waqf as means of societal transformation. So the theme of the conference is from obligation to opportunity, unlocking Zakah and Waqf for societal transformation. We know that within Islamic finance, there are certain instruments that are built, but then there's also the concept of Islamic social finance. And those two institutions within that realm of Islamic social finance is Zakah and Waqf. Zakah being an instrument that is very determined with 8 different categories of people and beneficiaries that benefit from the immediate dispensation of zakah. And Waqf is the more flexible, long-term sustainable development initiative that comes about, through this instrument of Waqf as a means of sustainable development. The conference, therefore, is looking to unlock opportunities, unlock the development nature that both these institutions play. We know Zakah is immediate relief mechanisms for the 8 categories, and Waqf is more sustainable. So how do we manage and marry these two institutions in order to develop a completely transformative and empowerment tools within our community? And I think that is the ethos behind why we are hosting this particular conference, is to shift from the normal and normative understandings of spending to a more sustainable and impactful type of spending that ensures that we have societal growth and transformation.
And speaking on impact, I want to find out with regards to the conference itself, what impact do you hope, it will have on the knowledge of some of the attendees?
So I think we are putting this conference together with very unique concepts, very unique sub-themes and tracks. For example, we're looking at innovating the future of Waqf and Zakah, models for education, health, housing, and entrepreneurship. Zakah beyond relief, structuring Zakah for long-term impact and economic reintegration of the beneficiaries of Zakah, policy and governance, digital transformation, partnerships for impact, aligning our NGOs nationally and internationally to certain developmental goals. And it's basically bridging the tradition with innovation, using fintech, impact measurement tools, and modern governance in order to scale the type of impact that we will have within our community. So I think what we are trying to achieve out of this conference is to provide an opportunity for practitioners of Zakah and Waqf, NGO leaders, members of the community, the professional community, both in a legal sense, accounting practices, etc., to really look at these instruments that have been built of Islam communities and how we align the relevance of our community, our Muslim community in its modern day and age here in South Africa and beyond, in order to work hand in hand with the development impact and development goals that runs across uh, the the society that we serve collectively.
And just listening into some of the key topics that Mr. Collier just mentioned and some of the impact that you're hoping to sort of have on the attendees, one can only wonder, because seeing that it's serious topics and very important discussions that are going to be held. Can you please walk us through, or just talk us through, some of the speakers who are lined up to be addressing some of these themed topics?
So we have a cohort of international guests that will be attending the conference. One in particular, Professor Sheikh Dr. Irfan Baik from Indonesia. He'll be attending the conference. Another Professor Riham Kafagji, and practitioners from South Africa as well. There are also guests that are coming from Kenya, from the neighboring countries within Southern Africa, and some people from as far afield as India, uh, coming to the conference, sharing their experiences, and in engaging with us on a very contemporary topic and very robust, innovative understanding of where both Zakah and Waqf are currently within the uh, global, local and global sectors. So topics we'll be looking at, as I mentioned, we'll be looking at how we use urban renewal through Waqf development, how we use Waqf and Zakah as a catalyst for youth development, innovative Waqf products for models for the future, and how Muslim minorities utilize the tools of Zakah and Waqf in their respective places in order to align themselves to the respective national development planning goals and the social development goals of our countries.
And Mr. Collier, with that being said, who do you believe would benefit mostly from this conference, considering the fact that, for greater impact, for individuals attending that conference need to really share it with their communities and other individuals that they can come across with, just to spread the information and insight from the conference itself. But looking at that, who would you put forward to say would particularly benefit from attending this conference?
So, as I mentioned previously, the conference is meant for scholars, for practitioners, for community leaders, and also for the rank and file, the ordinary man in the street and woman in the street, to come and empower themselves on these particular topics of Zakah and Waqf. These are institutions that are deeply integrated and embedded within our society. And at some point in time, we are all either beneficiaries of the system of Waqf and Zakah, or we are contributors to that system through donating to various Sadaqah Jariyah projects, or by giving and dispensing of our Zakah. Imagine if we as a collective community come together, understand the true impact and the potential that these institutions have within society, and then apply that in our daily lives in terms of how we think about giving, how we think about allocating resources, and how we think about the impact that those allocations and resources will have on the future development and growth of our society. I think if we as a collective ummah, as a collective community, apply our minds to it, attend these conferences, empower ourselves, inshallah, I think the next developmental phase of the Muslim community and its contribution to South Africa will be extremely impactful and extremely beneficial to everyone within the country that we are so integrally connected and related to.
And Mr. Collier, earlier on you had shared to say the event will be taking place in Cape Town. Are you able to share specifically where in Cape Town so that viewers at home can really get an insight in terms of where the venue is?
The conference will run over 2 days, the 17th and the 18th of October, and it will take place at the Islamia College Auditorium in Imam Abdullah Harun Road in Lansdowne. And there is a website that people could go to attend, get some more information on it. And also tickets are available on Quicket. You can type in International Zakah and Waqf Conference, and you'll receive all the additional information and details on the type of papers that will be presented, the speakers and their presentations, and also just, some information around how we take this particular conference and what the themes and the aims behind this conference is.
And in my last question, in really requesting for Mr. Collier to really just, summarize our discussion around the Zakah and Waqf conference that will be taking place, I'd like for you to really give us an insight exactly how might this conference help advance practices and approaches in Zakah and Waqf.
So within Islamic social finance, just to summarize as you've requested, we have the institutions of Zakah and Waqf. They are very detailed, impactful institutions that require proper processes and policies to be in place, proper thinking, proper systems, proper impact and measurement tools, and modern governance impacts to assessment tools to be applied to how we receive funds, how we spend funds, and the impact that these funds make. This particular conference, marrying Zakah and Waqf and the potential of societal transformation, the key concepts that we wish to get from this is the future. What is the future impact? Moving from just a mere sense of our obligation to give, either because it is a pillar of Islam in the case of Zakah, or we feel a sense of community responsibility to give, as in Sadaqah Jariyah under the Waqf concept. But moving from that obligation or that sense of obligation to what is the opportunity that using these Islamic social finance tools have for society. So it's essentially to say, how do we unlock zakah? How do we unlock waqf in order to bring about the societal transformation? And I think the type of hard work that has gone behind the scenes by both the staff of SANZAF and Awqaf South Africa, working together in collaboration, and really working very well in order to show what two pioneering institutions can do when they bring their minds together, when they bring the concepts for societal benefit together. I think this conference, inshallah, will really bring about a new, innovative, and a critical way of ensuring that our relevance as a Muslim community continues in an impactful and in a transformative way in South Africa and beyond.
Inshallah, inshallah. But Mr. Collier, Jazakallah so much for truly joining us and really giving us an insight on the conference. Is there any closing thoughts you'd like to leave us with before I close off our conversation?
Jazakallah, thank you for having us, and we encourage your listeners and your viewers to attend the conference. There are complimentary tickets available should you be a student or should you not be able to afford to attend the conference. Contact our offices and we will make the necessary arrangements for you to attend. Nobody should be excluded from attending these type of programs, and we encourage you, please come, attend, empower yourself, and act as agents of transformation within our society.
Inshallah. Jazakallah so much, Mr. Collier, once again for joining us tonight.
Jazakallah, thank you so much for having us.
Viewers at home, that was the CEO of Awqaf SA, who is Mickaeel Collier, was really sharing in terms of this conference is quite impactful and beneficial, and really calling out all our viewers at home to really join in and be part of this conference, as it will be taking place in Cape Town. And for more information, certainly check out their website. And most importantly, understanding that they are complimentary tickets. So whatever circumstances you're faced with, suggest that you do reach out to them and see how they can best accommodate you and have you join in on the conference and benefit in that sense. But viewers at home, for now, let's head over to an ad break. We'll see you just after this.